And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we live yet? And we are off. This is a Season 4 League playoff match between Relkit and Wharfjig, and this is a Cross Keys event. Uh, Looks like on the right side, Wharfjig, we're coming out on the pyramid, and Relkit looks like he's taking the portal near the South Shore area. And the pyramid check is a bottle, so we're going to be picking that up. And Relkin looks like he's headed over to the Witch's Hut area. Map to Eastern Palace out of Link's house over in Morphjig's area. Oh, we got into GT already over on Relkin's side. That's nice. Small key to Hyrule Castle. Picking up some bombs. Those always be helpful. Looks like Morphjig's following the same path here, so he'll be catching up here in a second. And Relkin now going over to the left side of GT, I'm sorry. Torch will be having a little piece of love that'll be boots locked, and we'll be taking a death warp out of here. Oh, we find the entrance to Lumberjack Cave, and it has some bombs for Wharf Jig, so that's pretty good over there on that side. Relkin looks like he's now finding out that same information about where the Lumberjack Cave information is. And Wharf Jig over here doing a hula hand. Looks like Wharf Jig going down toward the South Shore area. Going to go over here toward this one cave, see where it leads to. And it looks like it leads to the race game house, which comes out on Dark Death Mountain, which led to nowhere, so we're gonna just be saving equipment out of there. Meanwhile, over on the other side, Relkin, he's headed up toward Hyrule Castle. We're gonna see where that entrance leads us to. Entrance to Uncle area takes us, I do believe, over to Death Mountain up toward Spec Rock area. Going inside the race game house area and goes and discovers the Ice Run Cave, but neglects to check it out. And see, the race game only has 10 arrows, so we're not going to be doing that anyway. And Broken does that drop down, grabs his hook shot, gets all that nice little fancy thing. Looks like Fourth Jig's finding an entrance to desert. We'll be looking at that later, I think. Ooh, entrance to TR. That's going to be helpful.
Joining in now. Hi, everybody. How are you doing tonight, Jeff?
You're doing wonderful. Welcome to the booth, JP. How you doing?
Doing all right. Kind of just seeing where we are right now. Looks like we had a sync start at the pyramid.
That's about right.
Yeah, Roken doing some early Super Bunny checks. Or not really Super Bunny, actually, just Bunny checks. We find Swamp. Potentially could find something in Logic. Bunny Walking is in Logic. And I think Worth Jig's checking out CAC, looking at some of these drop downs.
Yeah, right now they're just getting a feel for the seed and how everything's going to play out right now. I think we'll be expecting some big moves in the next 5-10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, the one drop down I don't think we've seen yet, and Chad will correct me if I'm wrong here, is I don't think we've seen the Ganon drop down yet, and that's one definitely one to know about early. Big key to Swamp, that's okay. Oh, and Relkin finds Paradox Cave, but the one entrance he really can't do anything with. Okay, so Chad catching on Ganon, Welfare, and Bats. I think we obviously haven't seen Pyramid. We haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Lumberjack, Lost Woods, or Escape Hole yet either.
And Relkin discovering where Spike Cave is. That's going to be helpful later down the road. Meanwhile, Wharfjig getting a feel out for Kakariko Village. And Relkin looks like he's headed over toward the eastern area.
Now, Hookshot's actually going to make for some nice early movements. There's Ganon. Okay, so don't have to worry about climbing Pyramid or defeating Aga 1 to beat Ganon. Rifjig finds Spec Rock. This is a connector. Let's see if he just checks the item or decides to take the connector. He's just grabbing the rupees.
So nothing useful there.
Right now, one of the things these runners would like to have somewhat soon is a spammable weapon, either a sword or a hammer, or even a bow. Just something that you can use for some offense.
Oh, definitely. That will definitely come in handy.
There's Laser Bridge. So see how Wolfjig does with laser skips. Nice first one.
And Eastern just leads to a big old fairy fountain.
Hey, there's a bow.
Speaking of a weapon that could be useful, there is our look at our first bow, and it's on Laser Bridge. Nice find.
And now Wolfjig's got to contend with this beetle to get that last chest. There's the dam. We already know where Swamp is, so we still have quite a bit though before Swamp's really important.
Yeah, but now that Relkin knows where Swamp and this is, he's one step ahead of the game because he can now easily get inside it once he has everything he needs.
Check correctly noting that that bow is not in logic as Wolfjig found Hookshot Cave, but no hookshot that Relkin has. But yeah, that bow's technically not in logic because you technically need you either need Burna, you need the mirror shield, or you need a cape to get it.
Yeah, Burna or cape, so chat would agree with you on that one. As Wolfjig heads to the Lost Woods and gonna check out a few locations here.
You saw the bat drop down at the Lost Woods. We haven't seen the well yet. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be locked behind either Aga or Ganon. Or Aga 1 or Aga 2, technically.
We get a small key to Misery Mire outside the dam. That's going to be helpful later down the road.
That was the ferry at Lumberjack, so unfortunately... Oh, no, actually, not unfortunately. Fortunately.
And Moldorm Cave is going to lead us right to Saha Cave. Interesting find here. And Eastern Palace looks like it has the green pendant. GT small in the back of the closet. Nice. As Wolfjig is inside the desert. Wasn't sure where he found that entrance at, but
It was at the
we're
back
inside it.
Wanted to fire his bow, but no arrows yet. There's plenty of arrows you can pick up in desert, though.
Oh yeah, he'll be able to pick up plenty along the way, so there's...
There's the powder to check that magic bat we saw, but you need the boots to get it.
I was thinking Roken was thinking about doing the grove, but I think he realized he needed the shovel, so now we're headed up the CAC, so that might cost him a little bit of time.
Answer a quick question in chat. Aga 1 can be required logically to access certain areas. Like, Aga 1 can be required to get beyond the Aga Tower door if you don't have 2 swords or a cape. It sometimes can be required for accessing different parts of the world. It's not necessarily a rare situation, but it can happen.
Chat pointing out that Roken is being super cautious about resources as this Sade pertains, and I tend to agree, but let's see how it plays out. It's still early. It's cross ski, so anything could happen. As Wolfjig's over there getting his bows, bombs, and arrows and whatnot, so that's going to help him.
Yeah, if you got the rupees, pick up those expansions. They'll help you in a cross keys race. That's basically a full bomb fill-up and a full arrow fill-up right there.
Ooh, and Roken discovers where Uncle is, and we just get red rupees, and we'll find out what that chest gives us in a second.
Yeah, I think Wolfjig already saw this.
It's the big key to the Swamp Palace. If that's the case, I missed it earlier when must have something happened.
Wolfjig picks up his hookshot. He knows where Hookshot Cave is, so there's 4 items he can get. Roken will stumble upon Hookshot Cave here shortly as well.
Yeah, looks like Relkin's cleaning up Kakariko Village and taking his look at what's inside Hyrule Castle now.
He has that lamp, so he can check Dark Cross.
Bo was inside Laser Bridge. Chat asking where Lamp and Bo was. I do know Bo was on Laser Bridge. And Professor Pixie, one of our trackers this evening, pointing out that the lamp was in Saha's closet.
And there's the ice rod. Oh, and chat points out that Roken has the small key, so he can go to the back of Escape. Which, actually, thinking about that, that's at the Ganon spot, so that is really good.
I think Roken's doing that right now. Looks like he's making a beeline straight to back of Escape, so...
Yeah.
Good call there. As
Yeah,
Wolfjig goes over to clean up the eastern area. Sorry about that.
Yeah, with that Hyrule Castle small, he can do all of this right now. And yeah, with Sank being in Dark World, that means Ganon is at the pyramid dropdown. So this means you will never have to do Aga 2.
Oh yeah, so this totally makes sense just along the way, and we find the hammer, some rupees, and some more bombs, but that hammer is the find that we were looking for.
That is pretty big. I didn't even see, where did Roken pick up that that Castle Tower small key? Or not Castle Tower small key, but Hyrule Castle small key.
I'm not exactly sure. I missed that one myself.
Oh, Cat says GT at the potion shop.
Alright, as Roken goes inside the front half of Escape.
You know, with the hammer, this is going to be much easier now.
Oh yeah, that's going to open up so much of the board for Roken.
Still got a lot of entrances to find, though, so there's plenty of time for Wolfjig to find that small key and find the back of Escape. Also, to just pay attention to see if Roken finds anything in these 2 chests. Because if he doesn't, then Wolfjig, depending on what order he checks things in, could skip this part.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Like I said, it's still early in the game, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Roken setting up for another Death Warp. And nothing down there.
Nope, just a little bit of money. That's all we got to find. So we're going to Death Warp on out of here.
So logically, that Hyrule Castle key is required. But Wolfjig, depending on what order he checks stuff in when he gets to Hyrule Castle, might be able to avoid it. But it's probably more likely that he'll find GT at some point in the near future, get that Hyrule Castle small key, and clear it all as well.
Meanwhile, Wolfjig picking up his Misery Mire small key outside the dam, as we find a map in the tavern on Relkin's side, and he's going to go up to the bottle, Sick Kid, and looks like we're going to get the dart game. Relkin now taking a dip inside Desert Palace. Desert Ledge has a set of bombs on it, nothing there. Relkin picking up the compass there. Not much help. And powder on the lamp thingy there. So
But-
technically it's not... Well,
Because like the torch is what I think the word you're looking for.
yeah, torch. Thank you. The magic powder is on the torch.
We're gonna see where the back of Old Man comes out. No lamp to navigate this room, but this is a pretty easy room to navigate. Oh, that takes us out to Pod. Well, Kiki is not getting paid.
Well, he scams enough of our money anyway. He don't need to get paid, so we'll do the workaround. The benefits of cross keys, everybody.
We're Jig working his way back over to Kakariko. You do know Hookshot Cave's over there.
Looks like Jig's about to clean up Kakariko in line with Relkin here, so he's about to get some of the same information we just seen.
Roken's got an option to take this connector. Let's see what he chooses to do.
Inside Spec Rock, and we get just a red rupee. Ugh.
Alright, here's our Hookshot Cave check. 4 items. Heart container, so they're finally above 3 hearts.
Compass to Eastern. Set of arrows. And another piece of love.
Well, at least being above 3 hearts is nice.
Oh, the more hearts are always better. And we find a small key to Dark Palace. That's interesting.
And we saw that on Roken, or not, on Wolfjig's side, as Roken's checking these.
Yeah, I missed that in the excitement of him picking up the bow as Roken just now picks up his.
We're gonna see Wolfjig take this connector. Is he gonna try to bomb across, or nope, just gonna drop down?
Roken gonna go ahead and clean up Hookshot Cave here.
Wolfjig finds his way to the useless entrance.
The useless entrance of desert. How useless.
If you hadn't checked the desert area, that would at least have been nice so you could just check some more entrances, but Wolfjig had already been over there.
Yeah, it's kind of a little rubbing salt in the wound there. A little add salt, insult to injury. As Roken goes over to the Lost Woods area. Wolfjig, check it out toward Trodorm Cave over here.
Wolfjig finds Saha is gonna get his lamp. You know, thinking about it, if we know where GT is, and GT's at the potion shop, we have a hammer and a hook shot. A lot of the left side of GT is open right now. Now,
Here's
they
the
are
interesting
aware of
thing.
one-
Here's the interesting thing. Sorry to cut you off. Roken knows where GT is.
Now, because of their key situation, not as much of it could be you can do, but the keys in GT, you generally don't worry about those too much.
True.
But I think even with no keys, you could at least get to the Stalfos room.
Ice Rod Cave leads to a sick kid, and he has bombs only as Roken enters desert.
Oh, and just speaking of
Oh!
GT,
Oh, interesting. We've got the GT Big Key. Now, was that the Waterfall Cave or the Pyramid Cave?
I think that was like the fake ice rock cave. I think that Wolf Jig went into there.
Chat pointing out the GT Big Key, that was the Pyramid Cave.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was Pyramid Fairy. Yes, sorry. And Wolf Jig's about to find GT. Now he doesn't have hammer, so he's gonna have to leave pretty quick. But he's gonna get that Hyrule Castle small key. If that sends him to Hyrule Castle, he might get his hammer. This is just feeling like, yeah, you're gonna have to do GT early, and I'll just throw out a possibility of it here that these writers may not want to think about, but I believe the Moon Pearl can be on the GT climb at this point.
I wouldn't eliminate it as a possibility. Would make things very, very interesting, I'll tell you that much.
I've had to see where it's happened before, where the Moon Pearl's been in the climb. Oh, Warfjig is gonna climb?
Warfjig is climbing. As the Swamp Palace entrance leads us to Ice Palace. Ouch, we'll be dipping out of there as we don't have no way to progress through that first room. Need the Ice Fire Rod or Bombos to keep progressing through Ice Palace, but we know where it is.
Yeah, I think Warfjig thought about that a little bit better, and yeah, he's not gonna do it just yet.
Probably a smart play on his part.
Oh yeah, his teammate Tam brings up a good point in chat. Without the hammer or a sword, he actually can't finish the climb. He can't kill Moldorm too. He could get through Landmo because the bow is bow's enough to do that, but here goes Relkin back into GT. Now Relkin has not found that big key yet, so this is just a basement check for him. And Warfjig's going into escape, and yep, if he goes to the back, he'll get his hammer.
And I don't see why he wouldn't. So, yeah, he in just a short. And we have Bo over at GT, so we now know where we're gonna get silvers for Warfjig.
That will make Landmo much easier. And there's a small key to GT. That's our second. That puts a little bit more in logic here.
Man, I tell you, this is turning out to be one crazy seed, and I'm loving every minute of it. And we get half-seas on Magic. Because it looks like Relkin is, if I ain't much mistaken, is he still a GT or are we at TR at this point?
Relkin's in GT.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Chad bring up a good point. That bow in the Stalfos room was our intended first bow. The laser bridge bow is silvers. Warfjig's got his hammer. And Warfjig is probably has a little bit too much health here.
You never have too much health. Well, in case you're trying to do a death warp, then maybe, but...
Meanwhile, there's a Quake Medallion.
A small key to Thieves Town, and a compass to Ice Palace. But that Quake Medallion, one of the 3 coins, that could be useful later down the road, because I don't know if we will need, well, we might not need them, so...
So, Relkin's picked up some nice things in here, but nothing so far... Well, the Thieves Town's mall is kind of nice to have, but like nothing massive so far. Like He's picked up some nice stuff, but nothing like that's game changing just yet.
Oh, true, but it's always nice having that small key to that big chest in Thieves Town because you never know what's hiding in that thing.
We're gonna get an Armos. We're gonna get an Armos fight, and oh, okay, I take that
And there
back.
is a glove. This GT climb is paying off really good for Rilken right now.
I think Broken's trying to take some hits so he can set up another Death Warp.
Meanwhile, Wharfdrig cleaning up Hyrule Castle here.
Small key to pause, some rupees, and the big key to mire. Big key to mire is pretty nice as well.
Not bad, not bad. There you, as expected, as you predicted, Rilken takes the Death Warp there. Looks like he's dipping out of GTs.
Yeah, he does not have the big key, so he can't climb right now.
But what he did do as part of the climb did pay off for him, so we'll see how it plays out for him.
Let's say he might be going for the portal to go over to the Ice Rod Cave area, but nope, he's not. He's going to go over to the escape drop down, which I think might have to be the well.
Yep, escape drop down. And does lead to Cack well.
There's some rupees.
Well, he's got Zora money now. Gets a tunic, Arrow of Destiny, and a small key to Skull Woods.
Okay, so not the biggest set of chests there, but as you said, he's got at least Zora money now.
Warfrig joining going into the treasure chest game, and it leads to Ice Palace Cave.
Yeah, it's still looking like that GT climb could have something.
D-shaped house leads to the guy with the 6 beds.
Oh, but that glove leads us to Mini Moldworm Cave.
Nice.
Now, we're a little bit debate if that glove's in logic or not. It might need 3 keys for it to be in logic for GT.
Speaking of keys, we get a small to TR, a piece of love, bombs, the flute, and a bloopy. That flute is definitely going to speed things up for Rilken. He is definitely well on his way.
And I think we're going to see Wharfjig go back into GT now. So here's a couple of interesting questions as Wharfjig goes back in. Does he make the GT climb? And what's in that GT big chest?
Anything could be in the big key, in that big chest, and as far as making the climb, yes, I do the climb. Meanwhile, Ro can activate the flute, so we're getting our Swag Duck Express. How everybody hop on aboard. Chat pointing out that it would be extremely bad if Rilken came across the Cane of Samaria in the big chest.
I'll be bad for Relkin after the Kina Samari's in the big chest. I got Relkin doing more bunny walking. Wolfjig did skip the half magic chest. I think he's just trying to preserve keys for now.
Might not be a smart play, but passing up that half magic could bite him later if he doesn't remember to go back for it.
It's definitely not a location is isolating, but it's not the worst because it's technically locked by 4 keys. And even if he never goes back, it's half magic. You can finish the game without it. So.
Wolfjig getting his Quake coin, so cleaning that up there. And Broken looks like he's on Death Mountain here. Old man entrance gonna go to a fairy.
And we're about to get a big check here on Wolfjig's side. Because he's going to check the GT big chest before falling to Armos.
Oh, Rokin finding out where Gary the old man is.
Or actually, no, it looks like he's going to check it after. He's just not going to death warp, which makes sense too.
So would this be considered a French vanilla because Gary the old man was still on Death Mountain?
Gary the Old Man will always have a cave, one of his exit cave on Death Mountain.
Fair enough.
Alright. So Wolfjig's gonna take out Armos. Silver Arrows is really easy. Vulcan finds chess game for a small key to GT. That... I don't know if that's in logic, actually. Depends on, I guess, how you can get up here. It's not in logic about getting you the flute up here, but if there's another connector that leads you up here, then potentially it is in logic. Alright, but here's that big chest check.
And it's a big key to the Tower of Hera.
Okay, that's potentially something. Broken's got a hook shot, so you don't necessarily need it, but that is an extra check in Hera, so we're kind of gonna wait again to figure it out.
Also means you don't have to. Also means you don't have to worry about doing the Hera pot glitch either.
But Wolfjig's not gonna do the climb for now. I guess 5 heart green mail is a little too risky for him.
Meanwhile, Roken finding out where Agina's cave is and finding 300 rupees for his troubles. Cat pointing out that we're stealing Agina's money. Yes, you're right, we're stealing Agina's money. Meanwhile, Roken going back up top Death Mountain. Is he going to make that play for Tower of Hera?
He does not have a mirror, so he can't.
No, I think we're getting
So you gotta check the 2 entrances here: Spike Cave, and then there's also the ferry.
Meanwhile, Wolfjig looks like he's doing his South Shore entrance checks. Going to find out where Ice Rod Cave takes us to.
We've already seen that was Sick Kid. He's just coming back over here for Ice Rod Rock.
Exactly.
Which is, we've already seen this. Yeah, that flute for Relkin's gonna help him move around for a little bit. Wolfjig is heading through this portal. Is he going left or right? He's going left, okay. He's gonna go check the well now.
Meanwhile, Checkerboard Cave has a piece of love as Relkin cleans up the desert checks.
And a little more efficient for Relkin since he's checking all three of these at the same time. This will get him the GT big key, and it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. Fortunately, no prize for throwing a bottle into the fountain today. At least in the light world. There could be one in the dark world.
Well, that particular fountain didn't have anything useful. We'll see what Waterfall has if we get to it.
Meanwhile, Wolfjig is going to grab his flute here, and Roken is heading to check the right side of Death Mountain, the lower checks that he can get to.
Yep, looks like a East Death Mountain check.
There should be 4 entrances over here you can check from here. Oh, there's Eastern.
And the first one leads to Eastern Palace. Where will the lower level hit us? First cave didn't really lead to nowhere, and the second one didn't really lead to nowhere anywhere. So those 2 caves didn't go nowhere. And the entrance to Paradox Cave leads to Waterfall Cave, and we get Pod Small and a red rupee.
Wolfjig has his flute active. He's also going to go up Death Mountain. Roken's going to find the pod entrance. And, yep, save and quit.
Meanwhile, Wolfjig is gonna go rescue the old man.
And I think this is going to be the climb for Elkin. Or no. He's going back to the GT Big Chest.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think he might be going after that. I think somebody has Tower of Hera on the mind.
Oh, he doesn't know what's in the big chest, so...
No, but he's probably hoping because he's already up here.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Wolfjig. Wolfjig can't get the Tower of Air either. Because he doesn't have a mirror.
Wolfjig finding out where Agina is.
Yeah, Rolkin is walking back upstairs. This is going to be the climb. So you got 6 hearts, blue mail, you got silvers, you got a hammer. This is definitely doable. This is not a terrible climb here, but you do have to be a bit careful.
If you're cautious with your health, it could be doable, so... Yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Meanwhile, Wharfjig cleaning up his Death Mountain entrance checks.
Richie's gonna find Eastern. Let's see if he explores it. He's going to. Never mind.
He thought about it, but decides against it.
Oh, nice. These horse
Interesting,
heads,
interesting hammer strats there on Relkin's side as we go up the climb here.
yeah, they're also in the heart pool, so that helps getting some health back as he climbs.
Refilling health along the way definitely helps.
Here we go with Landmo 2. Unfortunately, oh no, they might be slightly off. Yeah, they're slightly off because of he had to walk in here. Okay, now Wharfjig's just going to go into Eastern.
Alright, gonna go with the original instinct here to dip into Eastern as Relkin takes out those land molars pretty quickly.
These two rooms are going to feel a little awkward. No King of Samaria, so you have to do the slow way. As ooh, that's a big key to desert on Wharfjig's side.
Well, that'll definitely open up things on Desert Palace once we get back to that side.
It'll give us one more check right now.
But it could be a useful check.
There's the Moon Pearl.
Speaking of useful checks, there's the Moon Pearl. Couldn't get more useful than that, folks, I'll tell you. Relkin's probably gonna bite himself in the butt when he realizes that he passed up the Moon Pearl when he skipped out on Dip in the dungeon.
A little slow on those torches. The worst thing for Relkin, I think, now to find up here would probably be the mirror. That might send him away from that Moon Pearl for a while. This isn't too bad because that kind of right now that Moon Pearl is still kind of pigeonholing you into where you gotta go. But if Relkin finds something that'll send him in a bunch of different directions, it could be a while before he finds that. See, 50 rupees. Flippers.
Relkin discovering the flippers.
Means swamp. Well, no, we don't have a swamp small yet. Those, but if assuming swamp is a crystal, those flippers are required.
Meanwhile, Wharfjig, big chest, finds red tunic.
Last check for Relkin as a small key to Skullwoods. So those flippers are a big find, but we technically don't know if they're 100% required yet.
But I would still put them in the useful category.
Oh, absolutely. You'd rather have them than not.
Hype Cave leads to... somewhere in TR.
Mimic Cave.
Thank you. And it has the Book of a Door. Meanwhile, Hobo's gonna give us something. What's the homeless man peddling tonight? A red rupee.
There's Ice Palace. We did see that on Relkin's side when he was doing some bunny walking. We don't know much for our dungeons yet. We just know that Eastern's a green pendant. We don't know any pendants or crystals other than that yet.
Yeah, they haven't really been giving us any map checks. There we find the boots on, Stumpy. That will speed things up tremendously. As we actually find out where Paradox Cave is on Relkin's side.
Yeah, we saw the bottom entrance before, but this is the first time we're seeing the top entrance. Workjig found Super... Yeah, let's say I found Super Bunny Cave. I don't know if he'd actually been in there, though.
And we find a small key to Tower Ahara. Super Bunny. Map to Pod. And the big key to TR.
Another map, Thieves Town. Another map, Swamp. And 50 rupees.
Orfjig gonna go give us the shovel game. As Relkin cleans up Paradox.
Oh, one dig. Nice.
Ain't that some luck? One dig for Ice Palace Small. Up in Zora's domain over on Relkin's side, what's on the ledge over here in Zora's area? It's a small key. Well, we have the flippers, we could go clean that up.
Yeah, I'm sitting here in chat predicting what that small key is going to be. And
Zora gives us a very expensive compass, which we're not picking up.
Yep.
But I guarantee you we're going to go pick up that small key. Meanwhile, Wharfjig gonna find out where the pod entrance leads us to, and a bunch of fairies.
Alright, what small key is this? It is the small key to Desert. Okay, that's not the key that Tam was expecting.
It does open up Desert Palace a little bit more.
Warpjig finds Paradox Cave, but unfortunately the entrance he can't do anything with. You need the mirror to be able to go through that, and even then, that's not a logical way in.
Yeah, we don't need no logic, do we?
Technically, yes, we do.
And as I suspected, Relkin goes immediately to Desert Palace with that small key. And it pays off for a jar. So we get some safety out of the deal. And a red rupee.
Yeah, Relkin's getting to the point where he's kind of, he's getting stuck. He's got to go back to Eastern.
Yeah, that Moon Pearl's gonna open up stuff for him. Unfortunately, he left it behind when he neglected to do the crawl through Eastern.
And yeah, I think Eastern's going to be Relkin's last location, it looks like, at this point.
Rock entrance leads to... somewhere.
That was bottom of Super Bunny.
Oh, that was the bottom of Super Bunny?
Yep, that was bottom of Super Bunny. Relkin's going to come back and check the other way through this connector. We're gonna also see what that Desert Big has. Wolf Jig picked up the Desert Big key in Eastern. He's also okay. That actually, I think.
We're also going to pick up our magic powder with the boots on Wharfdrig's side.
Okay, that actually. Oh, that's a find for Rilken and the mirror.
The
But yeah,
find of the century, the magic mirror in Thieves Town.
yeah. Just a quick note: that connector that Rilken just found actually puts our glove in logic.
And a mire small. I'm thinking maybe a death warp over here on Wharfdrig's side.
So the mirror is a really good find for Rilken. Because it gives him the ability to...
And a pod small. But going back for that moon pearl is definitely going to help him out.
He's got to go back there at some point. Like, if you're rooting for Rilken right now, maybe the best thing he could find would be the Eastern Palace Big.
Yeah, he definitely needs something to stir him back in that direction, as Wharfdrig over here does go to the magic bat after picking up that powder.
Oh, and there's a sword off of it.
Little slash slash.
So 55 minutes in, we have a sword. They're asking if you can get Stumpy's item as a bunny. You cannot, because you cannot lift bushes. And the Stumpy area is blocked by bushes. Yeah, right now each runner having something big the other doesn't. Like Broken having those flippers in that mirror, and Wolfjig having the boots and the pearl.
Yeah, Relkin really needs that moon pearl. He really needs something to stir him back in that direction.
He does find a way up to Dark Death Mountain with the mirror. That's some nice checks.
Relkin finding the C-shaped house, getting a full piece of love.
Gonna get a peek at Turtle Rock. It is Ether to enter that entrance.
Which means at this point, nobody has either one, so either one of them have it, so it is going to be a coin hunt at this point.
Relkin finds Pod and Wolfjig finds Aga Tower. So yeah, Relkin finds Pod. Not in logic without the Moon Pearl, but he's gonna try to Super Bunny into here so he can check some stuff.
And it looks like Wharfjig is going up Hyrule Tower. It's going to find another sword. Looks like he's going to get his Master Sword level there.
By the way, you only need Ether Medallion. Both entrances that are medallion locked are locked by Ether.
Definitely going to be a coin hunt for both dungeons. Interesting play here, as it looks like Relkin has found his way into Pod.
Yeah, he found it. He was just trying to set up Super Bunny State. He finally did.
And we find a blue ring. Well, hopefully he mirrors to Eastern, do the Pod Eastern combo. It would make sense.
Well, I guess he kind of could in this situation. I was about to say, kind of, you can't in cross keys, but The entries are actually pretty close together in this situation, so yeah, you could do that.
But he death warps, and he's going to continue to crawl in a different direction. Can't blame him as we find our way through TR on Wharf Drake's side.
Ooh, is Relkin gonna check? Yep, Relkin is gonna check the big key chest. But just 300 rupees.
No help there.
Asking about when Warpjay picked up TR Big, I remember him picking up, I can't remember where he picked it up.
Bump is the swamp. And we see the shovel on Relkin's side as he continues his crawl through Pod. And a little piece of love.
Oh, we do have a little. We finally know what a crystal is. We know TR is a crystal.
That's a good piece of information to always know. I think we'll find out what Pod is the hard way after Relkin gets done with this dungeon crawl, as we find out another piece of love.
He can't clear it. He does not have the big key.
Maybe he's hoping to get lucky and find it along the way?
He could.
Nothing is outside the realm of possibility in a Cross Keys event.
Yeah, Relkin is using all his keys. He might be thinking the save scum if he doesn't find anything in here. And he is down to 4 more checks.
And all of these checks so far have been mostly love or pieces of love.
Yeah, so he could easily reset.
Small key to Castle Tower. And a...
Oh, that kind of hurts now, actually. Like,
French vanilla big key?
he could still. I think he's thinking about this. He could still save scum and restart and come back and grab that, but.
I said he was hoping to find it along the way, and boom, what happens? He finds it along the way as we get the bomb jump here in Pod. Nice.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Relkin does after he opens this last chest. Looks like he's going to keep it. So he's going to have to find another small key before he can finish that dungeon. We always see our second pendant on Wharfjig's side. Skullwoods is a pendant.
And the entrance to the Tower of Hera will lead us to a ferry.
Also, Tamachat pointing out he did also find a shovel, so yeah. Well, there's another pod small.
And a small key to this dungeon.
Which next time we also might know the Thieves Town's is a pendant. Which if we do, then we know everything that we need. Huh. So One unfortunate thing, maybe we finding that mirror for Relkin is, well, it's something that's really nice to have. It unfortunately is just, it's giving him extra stuff to do, and it's taking him further away from that Eastern Palace check.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's not finding anything that takes him back in that direction, unfortunately. And this could easily lead to a last location because of that, as he does find the key to TR and a map to pod.
Oh, there's our map check to confirm. Wow, we have a lot of info. Our red crystals, too. We have TR and Swamp are red, so we know everything now. There's a big key on. Oh, man.
The library has a big key. That could be anything.
Well, we've seen quite a few big keys so far, but actually that big key's not, looking at what Relkin's got, that big key's probably not the worst. Because the only one it could be that would be kind of bad at this point would be Ice Palace. Like Thieves, Skull Woods, and Eastern we don't have, but they're all pendants. So
Yeah, but this seed could get extremely rude very fast.
that is true.
And in his own way, Warfjig finds out what the 5-6 crystals are, and then does a map check to confirm said information.
Looks like we're gonna get the top of Castle Tower checks. Rilkin without a cape or either sword is only going to be able to check the left and right entrances, cannot check the center. There's TR. We can check this chest, but it's just a map. Just kind of looking at our key situation. We actually know where most of the keys we need are. I think the biggest key that's still pending for us is the Swamp Small. We do need to see that. Which also does mean that Wolfjig at some point is going to have to make the GT climb to get those flippers. But we're also going to need to find the Fire Rod, Samaria. And that actually might be it. I'm trying to see if we need anything else. I think those are the 3 items we really need to be able to finish the seed at this point is Fire Rod, Samaria, and Swamp Small. And then we just have to find entrances after that. But we could still also need some other items.
Yeah, I think we need a few more key items. Remember, we're on a coin hunt, too.
There's Mire. No Samaria, so that's not full clearable just yet. Actually, which dungeons have we not seen at this point? We haven't seen the desert boss. We haven't found Hera. I think those are the only 2 we're still kind of looking for.
We need hammer pegs.
Well, in terms of dungeons that we need to find. Oh, sorry, you just found the hammer pegs entrance. That's what we might not need to find the back of Skullwood since Skullwoods is a pendant. Wolfjig is checking out Mire. Without Samaria, cannot finish it, but can get every other one of the other 7 items. Well, we're gonna get a new check over on Relkin's side. We have not seen the checkerboard cave entrance yet. Blind huts. Okay. I think this is technically in logic for Relkin too.
Ooh, Kana Burna. Meanwhile, we're going to get cutscene chest here in a second as well. Small key to Swamp Palace. There's our Swamp Small.
That mirror is required. So Wolfjig's also going to have to dip the front of Thieves Town at some point.
Indeed he is. And cutscene gives us a bottle of red goo.
Vulcan's going to check the front entrance of Desert. Just a fairy fountain. There's mitts on Wolfjig's side.
Titan's mitts are always useful.
In cross keys, they're not as useful, but they definitely do open entrances, so... Wolfjig is
Getting a shield for our troubles.
There's the castle tower find for Relkin. Now, Relkin can check both items in here. Wolfjig's check into Mire didn't really yield anything. Relkin will get his first sword. Now those mitts that actually the Wolfjig did get those mitts, and I think that'll actually take him. So I was wrong on that, but those mitts actually might take Wolfjig to the Thieves Town entrance.
Oh, it could. It very well could.
That's heading back into Dark World though, so it's not in his mind just yet. And for a quick reminder on what's at stake in this game, this is the third game between these two teams. Titans Mints are up 2-0. Wolfjig needs to win to force the game forward. Relkin can advance their team to the conference finals with the win here today.
Relkin taking a look inside Spike Cave. Red Rang. The Dark Witch's Hut has the back entrance to Skull Woods. Interesting find.
Yeah, it's not in logic right now. Or clearly this is not logic because no fire rod, but you could go for it. However, Wolfjig should see that this is a pendant. And yeah, it looks like he's just going to death warp out, but the question is, will he go for Moth or not? He's not, yeah. It's a Pendant, and you don't have a Fire Rod yet. Alright, well, where is Broken gonna go now? He's back on Death Mountain. He's got his hook shot up. Is he finally gonna go to Eastern?
Gonna get a look at Catfish here. Small Key, Ice Palace.
And yes, Broken is finally going to Eastern.
Any predictions of how many angry slashes he's going to swing when he realizes that the Pearl has been here the entire time?
0, maybe 1. Don't have time for angry slashes in the playoffs.
Meanwhile, while we see some of the same information we've already seen here, please take a moment to like and subscribe and follow the runners this evening. They're the reason we're here. So, Relkin and Warfjig, please be sure to follow and like them on Twitch, and stay tuned for post-race interviews. And also, don't forget about our trackers, Professor Pixie, and I'm not sure how to pronounce the other name.
They're Terrell, I believe. Oh.
Thank you. And of course, don't forget about us commentators either. Of course, I'm Jeff Dreff, and my co-partner, JP.
This kind of look, we haven't cleaned any dungeons yet. Warfew's gonna get his Desert Small in a moment. But I mean, looking through our dungeons, we haven't found the Desert Back. We haven't found Hera. Pod, technically, we don't have all the big key or the small keys for yet. But the big key is in Pod. Swamp. Actually, Swamp is probably one of the few dungeons we could do. Oh, that's right. Warfew does not have. He's gonna have to set up a splash delete.
Not one of the easiest things to pull off, to glitch down there to get the item on the ledge, and it's not even really worth it. It's just some bombs, I think.
It's the Desert Small.
Oh, it's the Desert Small.
There we go. He's got it. Yeah, Swamp could be cleared if they want to go back to it. Actually, no. Worf needs to go get the mirror. Then that leads to the Swamp Small. I think Roken could actually go and full clear Swamp. Ice could be cleared, but you'd have to leave the big chest behind. And that's about it, yeah. Like, even they haven't cleared any dungeons, there's really not any dungeons they can clear, except for Swamp, which I think Roken's going into right now.
Yep, and we're doing a swamp crawl.
Well, here's another splash delete as Warfjig's gonna find his way to that connector. To that connector that will lead him up to potentially Thieves Town. We'll see. He's also got. I don't think he's done Paradox yet. He is not. Oh, but Warfjig's down to 1 bomb.
Yeah, that could be cutting it close for him on his bomb count as Relkin continues his crawl through Swamp here.
Chat talking about Roken finding boots. The thing is, we don't technically know if boots are needed at this point. I don't think they led to anything big. The biggest thing I think they led to was the powder that got a sword for Warp Jig, but that was about it. So it kind of just depends on where other swords are.
Looks like Roken getting ready to set up left side.
Warp Jig's gonna find Thieves Town. Gonna find that mirror. Yeah, the big things outstanding right now we still need to see are the Fire Rod and Samaria. Those are item-wise still the two things we need to see. And that's a... for a second there, it looked like he was fluting to 2, but he fluted to 1. Now, this could get Warfjig the pod. If he mirrors up on top of Death Mountain and uses the TR portal. He could find pod. Well, it sounds like, actually, speaking of pod, it sounds like Roken found a pod small, which he does need. Oh, we're getting an ether tablet check. We have not seen this. Just a red movie, though.
And Roken gonna take a look at the back end of Swamp here. Let's see what we pick up, and it is a full heart. So just some love.
There's such a health disparity between these two. Relkin's at 13 hearts and Warfjig's at 7.
Big chest has a red rupee, and we're gonna continue on to the back. Might as well full clear, I wouldn't. A little diver down action here, maybe?
Big key to ice. So that's all of our non-pendant big keys. And they're all known now. So whatever big key's in the library, it's a pendant big key.
And Warfjig's gonna looks like well, over to the TR area.
Here's a new entrance. We did not see this on Relkin's side. That's the Mire Shed. And there's the big key to Thieves.
And if I ain't much mistaken, that is the normal entrance to Hookshot Cave.
That is correct.
As Relkin's got a little dungeon boss action going on here.
And at the same time, Warfjig is in a pot. He has 5 keys. As long as he does not open a maze door, he should be able to full clear this. Though he doesn't know that yet.
It all depends on his route and if he second guesses any decisions he may make.
Warp's gonna do some more hovering. I tried. Give it one shot and it's out.
Yeah, hover and fail. Meanwhile, Roken gets a crystal and decides to move on to his next target.
Broken finds the back of Skull Woods. He's gonna grab this compass, and we'll see what he does after. I have to imagine he'll also bail. No, he's gonna clear it.
He is going to continue the crawl, so we are going to get a moth fight.
This is an interesting call. It's out of logic in at least two ways. It's technically locked behind all the small keys, and it's also locked behind the fire rod.
Pulls off that firelock door very nicely. Chat pointing out what a crazy way to do the firelock room. I tend to agree that was pretty insane, but hey, it paid off. And like I said, we're gonna get to our moth fight, so ding ding. Relkin looking to squish Mothula with the hammer, so gonna squish him like a bug.
Just a map on Moth, so unless that pedestal has something, that was not needed.
Oh, that would be extremely rude if this was a Ped seed. But there can be only a very few items on Ped that would even be possible.
So where's Jig with that pod big? He can now full clear this. Take out Helmasaur.
I'm just now receiving word that tracking may be down, so bear with us, folks, with technical difficulties as we try to restore our tracking abilities. Looks like a net crash on the end of Professor Pixie. Bear with us a moment, and we will have tracking back in a moment.
Okay, so Warjig on his way to Helma as Relkin is checking a connector.
And that connector is going to lead us to... him coming across the mire closet. So Relkin gets his Thieves' big key, as Warfrey continues his crawl to Helmasaur. And Relkin is now going to finish off Pod, it looks like. And Warfrey going in for Helmasaur, so one way or the other, we're going to see a Helmasaur fight tonight, folks. We applaud your capabilities of doing double duty there, my friend. And Warfig is doing nicely against Helmasaur. Those silvers make it rather easy.
Elma has 20 rupees.
Relkin will also be able to make that same short work as he has the silvers as well, so. But this will also put Relkin up 3 dungeons as opposed to Warfig's 1 dungeon. Or, yes, 1.
Yeah, at this point, we're kind of still just looking for stuff to finish other dungeons. Mostly, like, Desert and Hera are clearable, but we haven't seen them yet. Well, at least the back of Desert. Kind of just on the hunt for items right now. Big things that we need to see. Werf's got to climb for flippers and GT. Relkin, for the most part, Relkin's on track, but he doesn't have boots or mitts, which could hurt him later.
Oh, that definitely could hurt him later. We'll just have to see how it plays out. And Relkin grabs another crystal.
Alright, Werfchig's gonna check top of pyramid. We did not see the center entrance from Relkin earlier. Because Relkin did not have access.
And Relkin going through desert again. Portrait getting scooped away by the Swag Duck Express, going to Kakariko, gonna take the portal to the Dark World. Let's see where he goes from there. Meanwhile, Relkin taking his crawl through Thieves Town.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Werfchig would be the one to actually full clear this, but it looks like Relkin's gonna go for the full clear. Looks like Werfchig's going for Smith Chain. Nothing at the hammer pegs.
Chat betting on the possibility that Relkin thinks it is a ped seed. That's why he's playing the way that he is. So, entirely possible, but the more and more that we discover things, the less and less that's likely. But then again, the seed could be extremely rude. And yes, Warfig doing the Smith chain here. Peace of love. Chat agrees. Always rude. And we're going to round out the smith chain by turning in the purple chest as Relkin gets ready to pick up the thief.
So far, not much in here. Wolfjig gonna check. He's gonna check here. He's gonna find the library. And he's gonna find a big key. I think this is either Eastern or Skull Woods at this point.
Thieves Town big chest has a brooch of arrows.
That was the Skullwoods big key for Wolfjig. So far, though, for Relkan, he's doing this Thieves Town, has not really found anything here.
And we're going to go for the full clear because we have a blind fight. Only scripted fight in the game. Requires 9 hits, 3 for each phase, and it is toast. Broken does fairly nice of taking it out.
And gets a net for his troubles. Yeah, I kind of I don't necessarily want to say we're stuck. Each runner has stuff they can do, the other hasn't. But we're still looking for those other big items. And see, that purple chest has bombs. We also have a Bombos check that Wolfjig can pull off while he's over here.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to go for.
The small key to Turtle Rock. Might be good to have that just because he's still. You generally want at least 2. We're gonna see the Mire entrance. We're still looking for Desert Back and Hera.
Mire entrance leads to...
It's just a connector that Rilken had just seen the other end on.
Oh, okay.
Wolfjig's about to get his Swamp Small Key, though. Assuming he follows through to get to Checkerboard. You know, we've also got Ice Palace sitting out there that's... Actually, no, never mind. We don't have either Byrod or Bombo, so Ice Palace is not an option yet.
Wolfjig doing the Thieves hideout checks.
And there's his Swamp Small Key. And Wolfjig's going to check the other chest in Castle Tower. I do believe we saw this on Rilken's side already. Where is Wolfjig gonna go now? Back to the village.
Oh, Roken gonna check out Graveyard Ledge.
This is also just a shop. Wolfjig might be heading the same way for Graveyard Ledge, but he's also got the boots, so he can also check King's Tomb. I think this is our last boots check. And if King's Tomb doesn't have anything, then those boots are technically not needed.
And of course, we're gonna get Wolfjig checking out King's Tomb. And it leads to nowhere.
Yeah, I think those boots are not required.
Yeah, it kind of works out.
Oh,
Speeds
and
things
here we
up a
go.
bit.
Sorry, Wolfjig is going to make the climb. So this is a climb that Rilken's already made. Oh, Chad actually pointing out, we still don't know about the boots, actually. There is one possibility still, and that is, when we find the mushroom, what's in the potion shop. Yeah, it looks like Wolfjig's kind of behind in terms of dungeons. Like Rilken cleared 4, Wolfjig's only cleared 1. But you also have to remember, Wolfjig has checked all of Skullwoods except for the boss. Wolfjig has checked all of Mire except for the boss.
And also bear it in mind, of some of those dungeons that Rilken has cleared, I think at least one has been a pendant, if not a couple more.
2 of them have been pendants. And if Wolfjig can make up time by just never going to the back of Thieves Town. Yeah, we're approaching the hour 45 mark. I mean, Wolfjig's only got 1 crystal done. Rilken's only got 2 crystals done. You start to get to this point, you start to feel like... In a seed like this, it'd be tough to say how you feel, because on the one hand, you only have 1 or 2 crystals done, so that doesn't feel good, but on the other hand, this seed hasn't exactly been the nicest. So...
I know it has not, so... But at the back of your mind, you just got to trudge on and keep going, because you got to expect your opponent to get stuck, or at least hope he gets stuck at some point.
I think we haven't seen all the Myths entrances yet. I don't think we've seen Ice Palace entrance. We haven't seen the TR entrance. Those mitts were in mire.
And we're still looking for that, necessary fire rod.
If Jig's gonna get his flippers. I don't think that was a rage burn, just for clarification. And Rilken might be about to pick up his boots. I think this will be about... I want to say Wolfjig grabs these around the 15-minute mark. That gives Rilken 4 new entrances to check, and he seems a little indecisive there. I think he just remembered the big key in the library. Wolfjig's got his flippers. I have to think he's going to go to Swamp Palace now.
Would be the smart play.
So Wolfjig's going to do a clear of Swamp, as Rilken has some new checks to do. Yeah, right now just going through our crystal dungeons. You can't do desert because we haven't found it. Can't do Hera, haven't found it. Can't do ice without fire rod or bombos. You can't do finish mire without the cane. You can't finish turtle rock without the cane and the fire rod. We're also kind of running low on entrances to check. I'm trying to think. The entrances I could think of are the back of Skullwoods. Back of Skullwoods, Ice Palace entrance, TR entrance. What else do we have?
I wouldn't be surprised if the fire rod ends up accidentally being one of those things to be last located, just because of how rude this seed is being.
Yeah, I feel like Fire Rod would open the most right now, as Rilken finds the book. That's a couple more checks to do.
Yeah, right now I think the key to the seed right now is the fire rod.
I think we've seen the Dark Shopping Mall over here. I don't know off the top of my head. If we have it, I don't remember there being anything interesting over here. We might... No, we probably haven't, because Wolfjig didn't have the flippers earlier. So this is... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, that's right. Wolfjig did a... Okay, thanks. That's a good reminder, yeah. Mire's over here. That's right. I remember now, Wolfjig did a water dash. So if Rilken goes into mire and clears what he can, he'll get his mitts. And that's what he's gonna do. So both runners kind of tracing over each other's steps again. Once Wolfjig finishes this, we'll probably be tied up in the crystal counts, and it'll be very similar, with the only difference between the two being, like, Wolfjig's done a few more overworld checks and Rilken's done a few more dungeons.
The only thing that would set these two apart right now is if it does be a rude and it ends up being a Ped seed, and that's where Relkin has the advantage because he has a couple Pendant dungeons under his belt.
I'm just kind of looking at what these runners need. Wolfjig, or both runners need the Fire Rod and Samaria. Relkin needs to find a second sword. He might need to find the Titan's Mix, but he's going to find those in here. In terms of big keys, we know where everything is at this point. Well, we don't know where Eastern Big Key is, but that's the only. But that one's not necessarily required. Honestly, it's starting to feel like it's going to be advantage whoever finds that next piece of progression first. Which sounds really vague, but it's kind of true here.
Oh, I most definitely agree. It is definitely a hunt for something that leads to progression, and I believe that is the Fire Rod. That is the key to unlocking everything.
It could also be Samaria. Samaria does... Actually, Samaria by itself only gives us one chip. Actually, two, technically. It also opens Tile Room and GT. Fire Rod is more likely to be the next piece of progression. Samaria is 6 if you can do right side GT without the Fire Rod, but the Fire Rod can't be there then. So Samaria right now is basically Vidi and Tile Room. That's it. Yeah, Bombos could be the answer too.
I have a feeling the answer lies within Ice Palace.
Well, we need Fire Rod Bombos to get in there. Wolfjig is just tied up the crystal count.
And Relkin nopes right out of there.
He can't finish it, unfortunately, so he's got everything he's done.
And that would be why.
Both of them landing at the same spot at the exact same time. I think they're both thinking the Ice Palace entrance.
And again, as if on cue, I mentioned Ice Palace, and they both go right for it.
Spiral Cave. There's an item. It's also a connector, but I don't know if that's gonna make... Actually, if this leads to top of Bumper Ledge, that could be another entrance.
Oh, it could. And it's just a piece of love.
Never mind. We might have seen that way earlier.
Yeah, I think earlier when they were doing their Kakariko checks.
Orchig's got the 2 chests on the right side of Desert he can do, which we've already seen on Relkin's side. I think Relkin is going for Smith Chain now. No, maybe not. He might be going for Desert Big. No, he's going to grab Powder. Yeah, this is it, getting interesting. I'm not sure which way this is going to lean. Both runners doing checks, the other's done. Wolfjig going to check Mimic Cave, Relkin going to bring the Smith.
this rate, it's still anybody's ball game.
Now, there is a new check if Wolfjig heads over to the TR entrance. Alright, we're gonna see it. Okay. So this is something we have not seen yet. Alright, Wolfjig opens the TR entrance. What's gonna be here? It's Desert Boss. This is needed. It's only one item, but you have to do it.
Now we get our land molars fight.
Relkin, meanwhile, is heading to Skullwoods. We have not seen the Skullwoods big chest.
Well, I do believe Relkin is going to indulge us as we get ready to watch a land molar fight.
And Wolfjig, remember to turn on his silver arrows. Alright, big chest Skullwoods is bombs. There's a cape. Landmo. Neither of those are our answer.
Nice try, but not what we're looking for.
Have we gone through Bumper Cave yet? I don't know if we've seen both entrances of that.
Bumper Cave? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Broken does get his Master Sword, so he's good on the sword count. I think Wolfjig has seen Bumper Cave and he knows where it is. Yep, okay, this might lead to Bumper Top. Bingo! What entrance do we have up here? Hera!
It is the Tower of Hera entrance. We are dungeon yet again.
And I'd say Wolfjig has a pretty significant, or I don't want to say significantly, but he's taken the lead at this point. There's Samaria! Wolfjig is a fire rod from Go Mode.
I would say that Wolfjig definitely has the advantage at this point, at least until Relkin finds the entrance to Tower of Hera.
He needs to find the entrance to Desert first. That Hera entrance is hard cape locked.
Picking up a fire shield.
One thing I'm curious about, I thought... Oh, no, he actually might have... Never mind. I think Worf just opened the door and he was going for the, for Hera pots. I thought he didn't have this Hera small, but I think he just opened that door.
Down goes Moldorm.
And Moldorm has a blue rupee. I think if you're Wolfjig, you have to go back in here and check the basement.
Absolutely, you go back, you check the basement.
Yeah, he is. Relkin, though, is making his way over to the TR entrance. This will get him into Desert Palace back, and will get him the cape. The question is, will he take that cape right over to Bumper Cave?
I also think Wharfjig realizes he's fire rod away from go mode, so yeah, he goes back in and gets basement. Had some trouble locking in that coffee break, but finally gets it after a painful attempt.
Alright, he's through the tower room. Is this an answer, or are we still looking? Big key to Eastern!
Ouch.
Well, we know Fire Red's not on Ped. We know Fire Red's not Ped-locked. Yeah, at this point, if you're Wharfjig, I know he's going to Mire. Wharfjig's going to finish Mire at this point, which makes total sense.
Oh, at this point, if you're Wharfjig, you have to.
Rokin has his third crystal. Now, for Rokin to stay in pace, he's got to go straight to the Bumper Cave.
Chat pointed out it's only 2 hours in, folks. Only 2 hours in. Any prediction of us going to 2 hours 45 minutes?
Yep, Rokin remembers Bumper Cave. He's going straight there. He's going to get to Hera.
No, that would be the smart play. And Hera Basement has love. Relkin attempting and pulling off a successful Hera pot.
Yeah, at this point, both runners are just at Fire Rod from Go mode.
That we are. We are just a Fire Rod away from Go mode. And Warfig falling into the pit. I think we are getting ready for a fight, though. Here, Viddy. Meanwhile, Relkin taking on the Troll Dorm.
Got bosses blowing up. We got a key. Turtle Rock. Okay.
No help there.
What we've got at this point, we've got Tile Room in GT. We've got the first chest in TR in Compass Room. We've got 2 checks in Eastern. As Rokin's gonna make the same play and get this Eastern big.
It will be definitely interesting to see how it plays out.
Warp Jig's going for the first chest of TR. Oh, we also have the green pendant turn in. That's right.
Ah, yes, one of the last fetch quests. And there's the Bombos medallion.
There's Ice Palace access.
So there's our bit of progression right there, because our Fire Rod could be locked behind this Bombos, as Bombos is progression through Ice Palace.
Warp Jig's running straight to Ice Palace.
I would.
I think this is Rilken's move to... He's heading to Mire. Eight checks in Ice Palace. Will Bombo lock Fire Rod again? Alright, there's the Fire Rod! Warp Jig's in go mode.
And Fire Rod is in Icebreaker Room. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Go mode, folks.
Warp Jig still needs to finish 3 crystals. He's gonna at least check some chests on the way to see if he can get a tempered sword. For Relkin to stay in this race, he has to go straight to that TR first chest. I said 3 crystals for it. He only has 2 left. Ice Palace ain't gotta go kill Trinex, and he knows Laser Bridge is back over in CAC, I believe.
And Warp Jig going straight to Cold Stare, so ring the bell. And let's melt this iceberg.
Yeah, in terms of a cross key seed, despite some of the ridiculous things this seed has done, this has actually been on the shorter side.
Oh, of all the brood possibilities I've seen a cross key seed do, this is one of the milder things. But this seed ain't over yet, and you're just barely 2 hours and 7 minutes in, folks.
Alright. Warfjig has his 6th crystal. Rilken's picked up his 5th. But Warfjig has just had a quick run away to Trinex.
And that's no easy feat.
At this point, unless we see a tempered on Trinex, it's going to be a Master Sword fight for Warfjig. But Rilken is sticking with him step for step. Rilken is in TR. He's about to pick up his ice or his Fire Rod and get in go mode. Oh, sorry, no, he's gonna get Bombos to get to Fire Red. I'm sorry. I'm a step ahead.
All right, let's see how we handle this Trinex fight here. It's just a wee bit of an icy floor there, but I think we can overcome that.
Just 5 hammer hits to Trinex. Trinex is down, and this will be Wolfjig's 7th crystal. No tempered sword, though.
That would mean 24 master spins.
He'll have to do, yes, 12 in phase 1, 12 in phase 2, 4 in phase 3, and then he'll have 4 silver arrows to finish it. He at least had silver, so this is not a master sword silverless, but still.
It's still going to be a painful fight. And here we go. Ring the bell. Ding, ding.
Nice Mario strats here for Wolfjig.
Excellent strats on Morphdrick's part. Meanwhile, Relkin doing his Ice Palace crawl.
Yeah, he's in go mode. He has his fire rod. He's feeling the pressure a little bit. Interesting for a cross key seed, you actually had 2 hard required medallions.
Alright, we've angered the pig. He's just stomping around.
Now it's just 4 silver shots to finish him off.
Missed the torch glitch just by a hair.
I don't know if he has... I think he might have a blue potion, I can't remember.
I'm not sure. But he did miss with the arrow, so... Meanwhile, Roken picks up the crystal in Ice Palace. But I don't think he's going to catch up.
That's arrow 4 in, and Wolfjig is about to finish this race and force a game 4.
And that is the end of the race. Warfig wins the race on behalf of Did You Check Your Boot? And this will go to a game 4.
Official race time GG of 2 hours 12 minutes and 30 seconds, and Roken forfeit immediately after. Unfortunately, Roken is not going to interview, but it looks like we're going to get Wolfjig in here. And we are joined by Wolfjig now. GG, Wolfjig.
Thanks.
GG's Warfig. How did you think about the seed?
I was not looking forward to an early climb, but I was considering it, and that was kind of the big thing there. What was really nice though is once I went to Mire and found those mitts and saw they were flipper locked, I was pretty sure that flippers were going to be what was hiding in GT. So I got to put that off until I found the swamp small. So once I did that, I just went straight there and got him. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, this was interesting one to watch from start to finish because it seemed like you both were trading items for a little bit.
Did
Actually came to
Relkin climb early, or did they also put it
he
off?
climbed before you, yes.
Okay.
But the big thing for Relkin was he did not do Eastern Palace for a while.
In fact, he actually came across Eastern, left, and actually saved Eastern for way later in the seed.
I'm sorry. The reason I laugh is because I've said this several times. Tam told me if I find Eastern and don't dip it, I'm off the team.
I think I remember seeing something about that in chat. I think
Tam's been
Tam was-
watching the entire race, so yeah, I think we did see something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tam was about ready to explode a little bit when you initially went in, left, and then but then you did go back.
Yeah, I mean, I had some other entrances there that could have been anything, so I was only a big key away from being able to finish it, so if it was there and I dove Eastern immediately, then I would be sad. So, I thought it was reasonable to check the other caves first. Tam.
That's true.
But yeah, so one thing that did feel really bad was I don't think I got my first crystal until about an hour and 30 in. It just kind of seemed that, like, with the combination of items, I didn't really have a completable dungeon that I had found. Because, like, yeah.
It did, it was a while before you both got crystals, but yeah, as you said, it was just a while before you both had completable crystals. Like, I guess Roken could have had one pretty early, but when he went into pod, he had 4 keys and decided to check everything except... Well, basically, he just decided it was going in to check everything except for the boss, because he didn't think he was going to find the big key, and he found the big key and couldn't finish it his first time in, because he checked both the Harmless Hellway and the Vanilla Big Key chest.
My guess is that Relkin didn't go to... I think Catfish had a small pod key. Is that right?
Might have. I don't remember. Because I know you had 5 when you went into pod for the first time. Roken only had 4.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of those pod keys that I was like, oh, that's kind of out of the way.
Oh, yeah, Roken definitely didn't have a pod small from Catfish or Skullwoods because when he went into pod, he didn't have Moon Pearl yet.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Whew.
Yeah, there was some interesting stuff in that seed. Like, that ending chain basically was what? Myths out of Mire to get to the desert boss for the cape.
Yeah.
And
to
then
go there to get to Hera. Although, was there anything in Hera? Oh, Hera had the cane. Yeah.
Yeah, Hera had cane.
Yeah, I got to the point where it actually did a nice thing where it actually the seed led you along instead of just being like, oh, I'll take you this far, but there's a thing you skipped way back there that you should go back and do, like Eastern Big Chest or Boss or Thieves Town back. Thieves Town was especially frustrating because I did the front of Thieves Town and then I went somewhere else and found the big key almost immediately afterwards. So at that point I'm just like, I'm not going back there unless it's dire.
Yeah, that was the other thing that caused Roken some time, is that he full cleared Thieves Town and Skullwoods.
Yeah, even the big chest of Skullwoods?
Yep.
Okay. I don't remember when I got that key, but that was on my mind as well. But it was nice to find that, because I don't know, I think I had access to every entrance, so I'm like, I'm not gonna go do these pendant dungeons until I at least find Hera, because I have the keys for it. And yeah, once I found the cane, it's like, okay, well, it's not Ped and it's not Mothula, so that saved me the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, the other thing I guess that also did hold Relkin up a little bit is that I think you got your boots around 50 minutes and he didn't get his till about an hour 45.
That might do it, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a pretty big boost disparity. It's not quite... I guess, like, it's not as important without the mitts, or sorry, as long as you have flute, I don't think. But that's still a huge gap. At least,
Yeah.
at least he found him eventually.
I mean, this race was could have still gone either way because even though Relkin had a late moon pearl, late boots, he still seemed to have at least a check advantage on you for a little bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, you just got to those extra checks that Relkin made didn't help him, and you just got to them first. I think when you were both fluting towards that Ice Palace entrance, you were basically in the same spot at the same time.
Ice Palace entrance. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I don't remember what I found there.
I don't know if it was anything important.
Okay.
But like that's basically where you were both were. You were tied in crystals. You were going to the same entrance essentially.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And
Yeah,
I
was
think
trying
from
to.
sorry.
I was just saying I was trying to figure out what connectors I had missed, and the only one I remembered missing was after I went to that like TR bridge and mirrored to check both, I forgot to walk back out and go back to the mimic entrance for that dark connector, and I figured that was going to take me to the Death Mountain exit where Hera ended up being, but then it didn't. But then, that led me to Pod, that led me to the back of Desert, and then led me to Cape. So I was like, oh yeah, that's right, there is another connector that I haven't done. I don't know.
Yeah, I think basically when you pulled ahead for good is when you went up to Turtle Rock. That's when you basically took the lead for good.
Okay. Yeah, I felt pretty good about this race. I took really good notes.
Hmm. So you guys forced to game 4.
Yeah, we did.
Any idea yet who's going to play or what mode it's going to be?
Oh,
I believe it's going to be your choice, right?
yeah,
Your team's choice.
it's our choice. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. I'm gonna have to talk it over with Rev and Tam, and see what they feel like. I I think most likely it won't be me in game 4. Just because those are I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could tip my hand a bit, but it depends on what Tam and Revenant want to do. It's probably just not going to be me. I like co-op. That's my favorite. That's my favorite mode. So I'd like to do co-op in game 5 if we get it. And it sounds like Relkin was also talking about potentially if there's a game 5, seeing me there. So. But yeah, Tam's saying it. We didn't really expect a game 4, but we definitely didn't I don't know. It's too early in the week to plan for a game 4. We do have 2 weeks to do these races.
Yeah, that's true. You still have plenty of time to get it in.
Yeah. But yeah, happy to get one in the win column for our team. I think we wanted to put up a better showing this season. The past couple seasons has been, we get into playoffs and we get eliminated in the first round. So to make it in, to win our first round, and then to avoid a sweep is it's a huge improvement.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, GG again. We'll see what you guys do for game 4, and yeah, we'll see how the rest of this series plays out.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Again, GG Warfig, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thanks for the comms and the tracking and stuff. It's a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and I appreciate being showcased.
Our pleasure.
Right. Well, yeah. Make sure. Thanks to our runners again. Make sure to give them a follow. Thanks to our trackers as well, Arteril and Professor Pixie, and thanks to Jeff Tariff for joining me here today.
Oh, I tell you, it was a wonderful, wonderful race, and I was glad to be a part of it. And I can't wait until we bring you another one.
Looking at the schedule for tomorrow, we've got 4 races for the Invitational playoffs starting at 2:10 Eastern. Skull Kids versus Magliacci, Raymond versus Julo Ninja. That will be a cross keys game on SpeedGaming 2, and we've got 3 other matches still coming after that. Over in the Open League, no bit races in the Open League tomorrow. So just Invitational League races tomorrow.
Alrighty, so a jam-packed invitational Thursday afternoon.
Yep, we got races at 2:10, 4:10, 9:10, and 11:10.
Oh, I can't wait for the fun.
Yeah, they all look like good matchups too. So yeah, definitely make sure to tune in tomorrow. Yeah, I think with that we'll wrap up for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you later.
Be safe and put a little energy in your life. Good night.